Welcome to another episode of Black Money
Money
Matters. I am Jameca Patrick, and I'm here with,
Karen Weaver. I'm your co-host.
and we are very excited today.
We
We
are.
have a very, very special guest by the name of Erica Garcia.
What is it?
Nothing
Nothing
to
to
something.
something.
Y'all see this merch?
I know it.
Y'all
Look,
see it?
I know it. I'm so look. I just gotta see.
You-
I'm gonna show
Show-
them the.
I was gonna say
We're gonna show them what she tells.
Okay.
We gotta
Okay,
save a
we're gonna
little
say-
secret.
y'all stay tuned in because we got a little something for y'all in a minute.
But if anybody was watching yesterday
Mm-hmm.
when we were at the Glorilla,
Yep. We're at what is it called? Spring Jam.
Spring Jam
2023.
2023.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Big shout out to Dink Sosa and E Baller. Yes, because that was nice. Y'all put on for y'all city for real. So
And people showed up for their city. There you go. I mean, when she told me
mhm.
that she was from Flint, but you were in Texas. What part of Texas?
I reside in Arlington.
In
In
Arlington.
between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Okay, in Arlington, Texas, and you
You
came home.
Came home.
Okay,
So you know we had to have you on before you got up out of here. So we appreciate you
Yeah.
coming on.
Appreciate the opportunity, definitely.
So tell us a little bit about you. Let's start there.
So my name is Erica Garcia. I am the CEO, owner, founder, designer of Nothing to Something. It is a premium quality brand. My I say like really what I got going on is my stash pockets as far as a brand, and what stands mines out. I definitely
Stash
aim to put
pockets
the
are
quality
nice.
there, not just put something on a shirt just to make a quick dollar, I definitely stand on the quality and the meaning in the name itself, nothing to something, from literally taking nothing from scratch and making it something.
That's what I was going to say. How did you come up with this name, Nothing to Something?
So the way I came up with this name was in 2016, because initially, when you're trying to come up with a business, you run through names.
Mhm.
So I was coming up with names, and nothing was really sticking, and it was crazy because I was wasting money on getting these logos made, but even though I was getting the logos made, it was like I still wasn't making no merch with it. I was like, nah, let
Like
me
this
just
ain't
keep
it.
let me
Yeah.
keep working. So 2016, I'm coming back home to visit, and now that I got my little stuff together, I'm coming home to do just different activities, coming home to visit that I couldn't normally do when I lived in Flint, that I couldn't afford to do. So Motown Records was one of the ones that I looked up, right? And I'm like, let me do the research on this. So I'm doing my research. I see Barry Gordy, he or the founder of it. And I started reading his story, and in his story he mentions how working at General Motors, you watch something go from literally nothing at the beginning of a line to something at the end of the line,
Oh,
And
okay.
as I was reading that, the nothing to something clicked, because I was like, in reality, me and my background, where I come from, or just anything that I've ever had hands on, or just just anything, it's a lot of nothing that you have to turn into something. That's with anything, even work. You don't do nothing, you're not gonna get nothing.
Right.
So I'm very motivated, very ambitious. I've always had that drive in me, of course, being from Flint. We some fighters.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Definitely some fighters, and survivors, what I'm saying? So going to Texas didn't make me want to do nothing but go harder. Just really, want to do something. So I said, I'm gonna start with clothes.
Okay.
So I got that idea from Gordon Berry, really, his backstory, because I work for General Motors now. So, I was like, that makes perfect sense. I watch something go from nothing to something every day. The fact that I could relate to that story so much.
You knew that was it.
That stuck with me.
Mhm.
Stuck with me. That's where I got the name from.
I like the name.
I do. I do
Thank
too.
you.
Tell me about this heart, because I'm
Okay.
looking
I
at
know, because
that.
I did. I said, okay, this is a heart here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. So you got it's two hearts, one on the front and one on the back.
Okay.
And that's the newest collab. So what I call this collab is my collateral damage collab. Because I got my regular nothing to something. This was my first release that I'm wearing here.
Okay.
And then that was my second release. So that's gonna actually be like its own collaboration. So what that represents in the front is a gold pure heart, because that's represent when we're born pure. You know what I'm saying? We're innocent. We're, we're born into this world and things happen. You know, life changes us, but we keep going. So if you look on the back of that,
Okay, can you see it?
yep. So on the back, you have literally your damaged heart, but you got your puzzle pieces, you got your stitching, you got your zippers and your buttons, basically stitching it back together, representing me, in all honesty, being broken, being hurt, being, just nothing, literally, honestly, nothing, and applying myself and putting quality and value into me, into what I stand for, and just, if you know me personally, I don't play about myself, and that's what I
deep.
stand on.
That's deep.
So,
That's deep. I like
Erica,
that.
I do too. What made you come home?
So what made me come
Yeah,
home?
what made you come? Well, you were there yesterday.
I was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not. It's crazy because you see a lot of people making clothing brands and not shy or not anxious to get themselves out there. That ain't me. I'm very laid back. I'm very humble. I honestly like to stay out the way.
Okay.
I like to stay out the way. I'm trying to break that, because in all honesty, had I would have not approached y'all, I wouldn't have had this opportunity. So that that goes to show too. You got to get out your comfort zone.
That's true.
In order to make things happen. So that's something I'm working on myself. So I'm sorry, I missed what
No.
you were. What you asked.
Because I said, what made you come home?
Right. So I said, when I seen that this was like, to me, I felt like this was the biggest major event that our city was having. And I just felt like, really, it was last minute. When I seen it, I was like, yeah, right. I didn't plan on doing no events this year. I was just gonna work and just chill at home. But I said, when I seen that, I said, nah. I said, I got to, cause
it's at home.
Even though I don't live here, Flint, I'll never forget where I come from.
Right.
This it's a big part of me. This I feel like Flint is really what molded me into who I am today. Just
it's home. It's
home. The struggle that we endure here, but the character that it builds.
Right.
I love that about me.
Right. And so, yesterday, we were having fun. You saw us. We were out there. We were having fun, talking to people, talking to vendors. It was pretty early. It was before they were even no music was playing yet when we were talking. Right. And so we talked to you and you gave us some merch and we were walking around happy and talking. So the day progresses and we were
ready to talk about me right here.
We
I
were
can feel it. I can hear it in her voice.
We
it's
were
coming.
backstage. We had gone backstage at this point. And we were sitting where we were sitting. There was like an airflow. I think it was a door. The door was open.
Right.
It was airflow, and so we were chilly, right? And so Mayor's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my sweatshirt on." She's like, "She gave me a sweatshirt. I'm gonna put my sweatshirt on." So she get her sweatshirt. She put it on. She said, "Ooh, I like this. Y'all
I mean,
this.
it feels good. It feels good. It looks good. I mean, it's just so not. It's very high quality.
And so that's what came out. We were sitting at the table, or there was a table discussion about the quality. Stash pockets.
Those are the secret stash pockets.
Turn a little bit and show Mickey. Can you see that? You see the little stash pocket where you trying to
they're in the
keep
perfect
your stuff
spot for your hands too. I mean, you can put them here
to warm them,
but they're in the perfect spot there. Sometimes you have
pockets.
Listen,
I have everything in my stash pockets.
No, it is. It's really nice, and it was so nice. I said, "Okay, do you have?" I said, "I need the other half."
Yep.
And she said, "I do." So I'm gonna get the complete outfit, Jameca.
And she was talking. So we were sitting at this table, right? The entire table is talking about the quality of this shirt. Like everybody talking about the quality. She has it on, we feeling it, and we're talking about the quality. And she's like, I need the pants. I need the pants. And for a moment, I thought she was gonna get up to go find you, go back out there to find. And I'm like, Mayor, she's coming on tomorrow. We're gonna see her.
You can have her. I know. I said, oh, okay. I'll calm down.
No, that's definitely feedback that I enjoy hearing, because I will be honest, my price isn't the regular $50-$60, but again, that's because I believe in the quality that, I'm really putting out,
Well, I think that one thing about us Flint folks is we'll pay for some quality,
Definitely.
And so the quality, I mean, it speaks for itself. Like I said, she put that sweatshirt on just to warm herself.
Yeah.
And the first thing she's like, "Ooh," and we are talking about the quality of it, and we just started having that conversation about the quality, and it was a whole table of us. So you might get some phone calls, which brings me to my next topic. How can we get a hold of you? How can people order from you?
On Instagram, majority of the time. You can catch me on Instagram at nothing2 with the number something LLC.
Are you putting that in, Mickey?
Okay. So nothing NOTHING, or is the
nothing,
G off?
Yep, with the G.
Okay.
Yep. On both nothing and something.
Okay.
Facebook, Erica. My name is spelled ERIKA Garcia. That's my personal page, but you can also locate the business page through that, which is nothing to something as well. And if you're trying to look at the merch, I got a website. It's called www.nothingtosomething with the number as well, .us.
So y'all hear that? So y'all make sure and listen. Sure. Yeah. LLC.
You got it in there?
Then Facebook, is nothing to something.
Our homeboy isn't watching today. He normally puts stuff in the comments for us.
Who was that?
I think Philip. Doesn't Philip always put Philip Lee always
Philip
put
Lee
stuff
always
in the
puts
comments
that in there for us. Yes, he does.
Where you at, Philip? He's probably watching the council meeting, maybe.
You better come on.
Come on, here. Philip.
So
we need you.
What was the hardest part getting started?
So honestly, the hardest part getting started, in all honesty, was getting started. That was the hardest part.
That's a recurring thing.
That's what right.
I really wanted to do this. I was trying to get my people, my closest people to me to get on, just because I didn't want to do it by myself. I felt like, if we could do this, we could win together. That's the mentality I had. But then after a while, years going by, I was like, it's either I start this or I ain't never gonna do it waiting on anybody else.
Right.
So 2020, it is crazy how everything actually played out. 2020, the end of 2019, I put the LLC on the business. I said I'm gonna start. Come January, we went into the pandemic. Went into the pandemic, and I actually wasn't able to source anything out of China because China actually went out of business. They shut down first.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna resource to t-shirts. So I started designing the t-shirts, and so at the time, I get a phone call from my grandfather. And my grandparents are my world. So I got a phone call I wasn't expecting, that I felt like at the time was gonna put everything on hold. So I went out of town, took care of him for about a month and a half. I knew we was getting ready to lose him, so I said, let me do something positive. Let me try to stay straight, focused. So I started designing these shirts. At the same time designing these shirts, I start coming across a lot of events on Instagram. So I said, okay, I'm gonna start taking notes of this. So after dealing with his death in May, just to stay positive, I said, you know what? I'm a book every event that I find.
Wow.
And I'ma just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'ma just go. So I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous. I was nervous because I know my opinion on my product and on my quality, but that's my opinion. I really didn't know how everybody else was gonna feel about it. But the minute I stepped out there, just the feedback that I got, with the quality, the designs, people actually noticing the love that I put into it. That spoke volume to me. So I was like, okay, no matter how long it takes me, because I do this by myself, it's just me. So I just told myself, no matter how long this takes me, all I know is I can't give up. No matter what you got going on, because the minute you give up, you ain't got no motion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In order to make anything happen, you need motion. You want to go brush your teeth in the morning, you can't just sit there on the couch.
It won't just happen.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Get up and do
move,
something.
Get up and move,
Right.
And that's, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. It's not easy for a lot of people, because we so stuck and comfortable in our comfort zone.
Adrian said definitely some good quality. She said she almost took mine. Okay, you better get your own.
You see what was going on backstage? They trying to get the sweater.
That's definitely a good thing.
No, yes, but I like what you're saying, because I really think people need to hear it. Like, sometimes it's just you. Sometimes you have to do something. You got to move.
But it's I'm guilty of being able to say, too. I find myself in my comfort zone wanting to be lazy too, but I know don't nothing shake in that comfort zone.
That's right. You're right. I'm trying to look at the comments
to see what they're saying. I know it. Shoot.
Adrian is so funny. You better watch.
You know what that means?
Better watch that sweater.
I know. I have to hide things at home, and then I won't be able to find them. Where did I put it? But I do. I really like it, and I mean, one of the things we always talk with different entrepreneurs, because that's what you are, an entrepreneur, business person, is, people will see this and they'll see this good quality and it looks really nice, but they don't see all of the hardships and the hurdles you had to go through to get there. And it's not easy, but you can do it.
Definitely. Anybody can do it, one step at a time. If you feel like, you gonna make you want to make a difference today. All right, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There's honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, there's no excuse as to why you can't get an answer to any question that you got. And I say that because coming up, being raised, it was 4 of us. I got 3 younger sisters. I'm the oldest of 4 with a single parent household. So I really didn't have access to a computer unless I was at my uncle's house. It was like, that was a cool thing to do when I was young, because we had AOL over there,
Oh,
the kind you had to. I used to have to call my dad and be like, "I'm coming over your house to use your internet.
Right.
Turn it on."
Right. Exactly.
You have to turn it on.
Right. Exactly.
So I didn't have the access that we have now, not only on our computer but on our phone.
Right.
It's literally at our fingertips.
But we got so many people that want to just, well, let me ask the next person. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about giving free game, because I didn't have that. I did sometimes have questions that I just wish somebody would have just helped me with the answer to. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong. I'm definitely with helping anybody who got questions when it comes to the clothing brand or anything I can help you with. But I do put out a little challenge to see if you're willing to put in some type of way to help me help you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Put some skin in the game. That's right.
I can't just give you the free game and then you be like, all right, well, I done got it.
Right.
It's not going to work like that, only because I know how hard it took me and the time that I'm willing to put in. You know what I'm saying? The sacrifice on top of me working a 6-day week job. You know what I'm saying? So
you got to invest in yourself.
definitely.
Right.
Don't go to somebody else's job and give them all your time and energy and not invest anything in yourself.
And,
right.
I noticed that I was doing that, just I'm on a 6-day work schedule with General Motors. Working third shift.
Okay.
It's tough.
Okay.
But, that was my exact mentality. I'm making General Motors rich just by running this line every night, 8 hours a day.
What am I gonna put into me?
Because they don't care about how I ain't gonna get nowhere near the level they at.
Right.
You know? But it don't matter how many clothes I get as long as I'm out here promoting myself. As long as, you know, it's unlimited. You know, I can make however many. I can sell however many, you know.
And you, Adrian also said, you're right. She said, but she's right. In order to have motion, you have to actually put in the footwork. So, like you said, you gotta do something. You gotta make it. You gotta promote yourself. You have to.
If you don't
step outside your comfort zone,
and that's what you said you did yesterday, and here we are today.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a completely different question. What'd you think about the show yesterday?
It was great. I had an amazing time.
Really?
It was great.
It
was great. I had a blast.
I did too.
It was nice.
I did too.
It was real nice.
I definitely I can definitely see a future in that, you know, just continuing on.
Right.
You know, that's definitely something our city needs.
We got some positive young brothers doing some amazing things in our city, and so many times we get a bad rep. Oh, Flint this, Flint that. They put on, and there was no incidents of violence or nothing. You know what I mean? It was all good last night.
People had a good time. That's what when I talked with them today, and I said people had a good time yesterday. It was just nice. It really was. It really, really was. Yeah. So are you going to be coming back to Flint anytime?
So I got with this store in Detroit.
It's called
Detroit Culture.
Okay.
They you know, I went presenting my brand, you know, just to see if it was something I'd be able to put in a store. And they told me as of now, they're not really taking brands to put in the store, but at any given time, I can run my own pop-up shop.
I know who you're thinking
You know
about.
who I'm getting ready to tell you.
We need to connect
you.
Sure
Do.
Okay. So one of the things that we like to do here on Black Money Matters is we like to connect people with resources. We like to make sure that we are circulating these dollars in our community. And there's a pop-up shop in Flint.
Okay.
In Buckham Alley. Okay. That does just that. They take new pop-up shops. Well, they have a store, but they also offer a space for like new
it's very nice.
You have new brands, and they give you like the day and time and stuff, and then you have your pop-up shop there.
And then you can, don't they let you leave things in the store?
They have.
And sell
we
stuff?
need to connect y'all.
Right.
They were on a previous show.
Right.
Which we'll give you the date after the show so you can go back and watch the show and see what they're talking about. But we'll definitely connect you before you leave, because you need to talk to them.
and they'll really, I mean, especially with you being from Flint, because they will promote others that, you know, I mean, you could be from Texas. But they would promote you. But it's really nice.
Like we have the art walks, and so it's like a lot of foot traffic. And so they do things around then, and people know it, so people come in, you know.
And you know, it was funny because I kind of stumbled on them. This guy Miracle McGlown does bags, and he was having a pop-up, and so I went in and I'm looking, and I said, I don't see Miracle, but you got some nice stuff in here. And so I started looking around, and that's when they were telling me that's what they do. Okay. And Miracle was upstairs with the pop-up.
That's really good to hear.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's really what I want to work with. You know, honestly, you know, if you're a brand and want to do a collab, you know, I'm open to anything, you know, just helping the next, you know.
Right. Well, that's why we're doing this. I mean, because that's what we need to be about, is helping each other and promoting and supporting each other. And so that's why we're glad you're here today, really.
So what advice, and I believe you've already said this, but this is like my staple question, so I'm going to ask again, and maybe the answer is the same. But what advice would you give to someone who is looking to start a business, whether it's a clothing line or they want to sell lashes?
Do it.
Just do it.
You know, do it. Don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Because again, you're not gonna see how anything ends if you don't start.
Yeah, I hear that.
You don't need, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I got an LLC on my stuff. That's because I was able to do that, you know. So I just said, you know, I'm gonna do it. But did I have to? Nah. Start your brand and put it out there. Because if it ain't, you know, if you got something going on right now, you trying to put it in my face, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to put something out there, put it out there. You know, there's a reason why, you know, when you're driving around, you see big billboards, you know what I'm saying, with promoting, you know, these businesses is promoting, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to start something, you got to market it. You know, marketing, that's the biggest thing about business. You know what I'm saying? So when I say, you know, well, what's the best advice I can give you, is literally just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like Nike, you know, the slogan that they came up with. If you watch the movie Air, you gonna see exactly how Nike came up with their slogan and you know, just how that came about. You know what I'm saying? It was literally simple. Just do it.
Just do it.
Nike. You know what I'm saying? Look at how far they came, how long they've been around. You know,
that's what
I can't stretch that note
right.
more. You know, just do it.
We were talking to somebody else, and a couple of them said it back to back. They said start.
Just start.
They said you got to start.
Just start. You know, whether you got 2 shirts, 3 shirts, you know what I'm saying? You don't know where to start. You know, again, Google, YouTube, you know.
It's easy to get some information.
Search bar, how to start a clothing brand. I promise you, it's so many people trying to either sell courses or give free game just for a subscription. You ain't even got to Google it. YouTube and Google, you know, all that going to social media, on Facebook. Hey, y'all know a wholesale? Nah, ain't nobody on Facebook gonna give you that. Google it. Google it. YouTube
you
it.
Said
you know
you got to do something.
Everything. You gotta put the, you know, some work in. But even real talk, even warehouses, you know, there's videos out there that'll tell you, you know, videos out there, or, you know, again, like I said, reach out to me. You know, I'm gonna give you some game, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of work just to see if you serious about getting it. I'm gonna work with you.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? No excuses. Just do it.
Did you say no excuses?
No excuses.
So what does your family think? What do your friends think? And and I got another question after that.
My family, I'm actually very content where my family's at with me, just because where I'm at, you know, being able, I made it out.
Were they surprised?
Oh yeah,
that you came up with this?
Oh yeah. You know, they definitely wasn't expecting me to start my own business, you know. And it's crazy because I wasn't either. You know, since I was a little girl, I always had this vision of an office in my head. I never know what it meant. But, you know, I knew I wasn't going to go to school. It's crazy because at a young age, I knew, like, I don't want that debt. Like, that was always my mentality. I don't want that debt. Because, right. You know, and I knew we ain't had no money, you know. So I was like, I ain't never going to be able to pay school back. But for some reason, as you know, as a kid, I always had a dream of an office. So now, you know, one of my biggest goals, being from Flint, was stability. You know, because my most stability that I had as a child was my grandmother's house. So my biggest goal was to have stability, just because I knew if anything went left, you know, with my sisters or whatnot, I got that for y'all to come, you know, stay with me. So that was by the age 30. Well, when I was 29, I was able to purchase my house.
Okay.
So now, after I purchased my house, come age 30, I was like, dang, okay, what's next? You know, I was like, I already finished. I got to my goal, you know. What is
I
next?
checked that off.
Yeah, you know, and I knew I wanted to do something with clothes. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start my own business. Before I knew it, I'm making this office in my house. Like, this
is
right.
This is
you got
to
right.
I wasn't even expecting it like that, you know. So yeah,
but you have to have those dreams.
You do.
And I'm happy you brought up the school thing. I'm happy because for some people, school, I mean, it was an option, and it was something that they did and that they prepared to do. For other people, it's not an option, or it's just not something that they choose to do. And that's okay. But you can still have goals and achieve things. And so I think it's important for us to understand that for some of us, college is it. That's what we need to do. And for people who college isn't what they need to do, is not it's not a negative thing, because you can have a business, you can own a house, you can have a good job, you can have a trade, you can do all kind of stuff.
Definitely, no, definitely. Now I was gonna say the sky's the limit, but now
the sky, yeah.
Though, but you know, definitely, you know, whatever you dream, whatever it is, it's definitely out there. You know, you definitely gonna get what you put in. I can guarantee you that you definitely gonna get what you put in.
So when you see somebody with your brand on, well, that said a lot right there.
Yeah.
That
Have
said
you
a
have
lot
you
right there.
had that moment where you just out and about and
Yeah,
happened upon
right.
somebody with your brand on?
Not really out and about because unless I'm at work.
Mhm.
Okay.
At work, walking around a plant, I
Mhm.
see, people with my brand. But,
Okay.
really what I get and it gives me little butterflies is hearing other people, hey, I
Mhm.
seen so and so with your brand.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for real? They like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, I definitely love, just the support that I get from people,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's I just you over here, you don't even know.
I know
You
when you
inspiring
did
me.
that, I was just like, wow.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. This is
That's
just
good.
I'm just really I'm hoping I'm going to make sure that all my young people, if they not watching now, I want them to watch this
Right.
video because you just inspiring me. You just don't even know. This is awesome. And I love that. I love how you came back home
Right.
and for the concert and it was a vendor and I love how we ran into each other. I'm just so okay, so we got some
What?
questions. John Fleming, first of all, he said talk that talk.
He sure did. I
And
see you,
then he said,
John.
what's the name of the brand? So let's circle back to that. Tell us again about the brand.
The brand is nothing to something.
N2S.
N2S. Yep.
High quality. And
It
John, I know
is.
I'm wondering, I don't know if you joined late or not, but we were talking at the beginning of the segment on how
They tried to steal my hoodie. That's what happened. They tried to steal it. They tried to take it from me.
so we ran into Erica and we got we got our stuff and we walking around the concert with our stuff. And Mary Weaver got cold. So she put her sweater on. And the first thing she's like, oh,
I did. I said, wow, this feels
this
really
feels
good.
really good. This feels nice. This is and so we were like feeling it and the quality of it is
Right.
amazing. And so we were talking about that. And then there's the little hidden, what are they called? The stash pockets. So you have the regular pockets
Right.
like most
But-
sweatsuits, but then you have a little zip pocket on
Right.
the
That's what I
side.
like because it's the invisible zipper
Mhm.
really is what
And
it
so-
is. You don't even see it's there
Yeah.
if you don't
If
know
you
it.
don't know. And then
Right.
if you're somewhere, like you mentioned that working, being at work and seeing people, you can have your money in there, your ID, your cards, like those things that you need to have on your person that you don't necessarily have to have your bag with you and things like that. Your keys. I'm a key loser. So that's a
I've
good
never
thing.
heard it described that way,
Key
Jameca,
loser.
but okay. I lose my keys all the time. So I'm a key
A
loser.
key loser. So you need
Wow.
to have. You can say, "Oh, my keys, they right here in my stash pocket." Your
Uh-huh.
cell phone,
Right.
your what are those things people wear?
Your
Earbuds,
Right.
yeah,
'Cause they're a
AirPods, and
nice
all of
size
that.
too. How'd you
You
think of to do
stash 'em.
that? Why'd you do that?
So again, that comes back or goes back to my childhood and not having stability. So, trying to keep things together as a kid, and constantly losing things. I'm actually very got a little OCD in me, to where I got my everyday things that I keep in my pocket. And, just something as simple as like me losing my chapstick. Wearing basketball shorts and something's gonna fall out. So I always, me being this small, I'm very petite. I'm always cold. So, I was like, I always got a hoodie on. I've always loved hoodies. So I was like, how can I make a difference in a hoodie? And I was like, stash pockets.
I like that.
So
that's one of those things that it's like
It sets it apart.
simple but brilliant.
Right.
Because
It
it's
sets
like,
it apart
why
from
don't
others.
all sweatsuits,
Right.
but it sets it apart.
Right.
Definitely. So John wants to know what's the ticket.
So the ticket on this
Okay,
gray
John.
suit is $100 for the hoodie, $80 for the pants. The ticket on this green suit that I got is $80 for the hoodie, $80 for the pants.
And what about like the t-shirts like that
The
I have on?
t-shirts,
This
they go for
pretty t-shirt.
35
Mhm.
35 for the
T-shirt.
t-shirts.
Jameca said.
I also got like so with these sweatpants, I actually made it to where on the inside of your drawstring in the front you have an extra stash pocket in there.
What?
So yeah, so I didn't do that on this collab because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like a little pouch that's gonna stick out because it is in the front, you know. So I didn't do it on this collab, but I mean it's definitely something, you know, I'm willing to do in the future if, you know, I definitely get feedback off of it and I'm wanting more. But yeah, so I got shorts as well, basketball shorts. They came with the stash pocket on the inside of those as well.
So let me, now you got my mind really wondering, because my 7-year-old grandson is a ball player, but he's always losing all his stuff and getting in trouble.
So you want her
do
to...
you make
Not for kids, not yet.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what's next? What's next?
I was gonna say, you have my number, so when you decide to make, just send me a text, because he need a couple of sweatsuits. Okay. Okay. Cause he, like you talk about, like the basketball shorts and all, like he's a ball player, even though he's 7. So he's constantly at these little basketball games, and he constantly in trouble
losing
something.
Nope, like all the, like I said, with everything being cut and sew, it's definitely gonna have a premium touch to it. You know, even my zippers, they're not just regular zippers. They're actually protective zippers, meaning, you know, when you put your phone in your pocket, it's not gonna scratch your screen. It's not gonna scratch you. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, I really strongly believe that I stand on you know the quality. And
you said that yesterday.
Yep.
And I hadn't put anything on yet, but you said that, and that's why it was the first thing that I noticed. It was the first thing that I noticed when I put it on, because it stood out. It definitely stands out. So what's next for you? What are you thinking about?
My next release with that collab would be black. I'm
gonna do the
same logo colors. It's just gonna be in black. And it's gonna be coming in the fall.
You all hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it here first.
And really, so I want this to be more of like somewhat exclusive. So right now I'm working with like 50 sets at a time.
Okay.
But I'm even working on shortening that a little bit more. You
Okay.
know, just to have
so you don't see everybody in your outfit.
Exactly. You know, so
we got to make sure we get ours.
You know, just to put that
That's
out
right.
there, I am working on kind of, you know, making it somewhat exclusive.
I like exclusive.
I do too. So is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers, or anything that we didn't talk about?
If I had anything I wanted to share, it just be, you know, if there's anybody out there, you know, willing to work on something to give back to the community. You know, one thing about this brand, and what it means to me as well is just being able to give back. You know, one of my biggest dreams as a kid was that's crazy that I'm here today telling this story, because I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my first podcast. I don't do the cameras. I don't do that.
Well, you know what? Thank you.
Thank you. We
Thank you, really.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
She stepped out of her comfort zone again.
I did. But so as I was a kid, you know, one of my biggest dreams, because even though I was troubled as a kid, I knew that that's not who I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? It just obstacles I had to go through, you know. But I always knew once I get to where I know I want to be mentally, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try to give back. What happened, it was to my school, like really, you know, being able to go back to my school, to my kids, you know, and so my high school was Central.
Okay.
Well, you know, they done shut down Central, you know, so
right.
prior to that my elementary was Washington.
They've shut that down.
So I was like, dang, like,
right.
You know, I'm never gonna get that opportunity, you know. And at the time I was being small-minded, you know. I was like, okay, well, dang, I can't do that now because the schools ain't there. But I said, nah, it's still people in my city that need me. You know, they just because it ain't my schools that I went to, it's still my community, and still schools around there. You know, so one of the big things that I want to do with my brand is once I get there is definitely being able to give back to poverty. You know, because I'm very aware of, you know, just it not being a kid's fault. You know, it's definitely deeper than that.
Right.
Right. So many layers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Together we could definitely make
a difference. You know what stands out to me about you though, and I don't know, there's just something about Flint pride. I mean, there really is. There's something that's strong about us and tough.
Definitely.
And even when we go through hardships, we know that's not what defines us.
Right. Yep.
And for you to say, no, I still want to give back and I'm going to figure out another way.
Yep.
Figure out another way.
That's awesome.
It really is.
You know, I don't know if anybody has anything going on out here with like back to school, when you're going back to school, starting like a shoe program for the kids. You know, where, you know, the kids' first day of school, you know, you present them with a pair of shoes.
Right.
You know, just so everybody coming into this school with a pair of shoes. That's definitely something that I want to get going for the community.
Okay.
Oh, were you asking what is her name? Erica Garcia. Erica Garcia is her name.
So before we end our segment, Erica, tell us again your name, the name of your business. How can people get in touch with you? How can people order from you?
Over there. I'm getting some right after the show.
Listen, it's always some shopping going on.
I can't wait.
That's one thing about us. When we say we support entrepreneurs, that's what we mean.
So you can get me on Instagram at Nothing to Something LLC. On Facebook at Erica Garcia, spelled with ERIKA. Or Nothing to Something on Facebook. And my online store will be www.nothingtosomething.us. Yeah, if you got any questions, you know, just don't hesitate to hit me up.
And those Nothing to Somethings has the G, so NOTHING, the number 2, SOMETHING. Yep. Y'all got that?
Nothing to something.
Nothing to something. Thank you so much, Erica.
You created Nothing to Something. And you really did.
Some good quality stuff. Right. Like my t-shirt over here is soft, it's buttery soft.
I know it. I kind of went back and forth, but I knew I was getting my pants, so I just wanted to.
And you wanted to show that pocket.
But because you know what, when I went home last night, I was showing my family. I said, because really, I do. I like it so much. I like it so much.
Nice, good quality.
Are you gonna stay in touch with us and let us know what's going on? And when you're coming back,
all
right? And we're gonna hook you up.
Yes.
We're gonna hook
link you with who we trying to link you with. We're gonna have you come back to the show when you come back. And when you doing something out there and you want your Flint folks to come, let us know, because we can link you in and do a show with you while you're there and we're here. Okay. So we sure will. Whoa. I'm gonna hear about this after the show. Y'all should see how Mickey looking at me right now. Y'all should see how Mickey is looking at me. But yeah, we're gonna have you come back. It must be time to end. But before we go, I do want to talk about this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we will be doing something on mental health awareness.
And you talked about mental health too. You talked about that a lot, and we have to. But I liked how you talked about, even though you've been through these things, you knew that wasn't mentally where you were going to be, and it wasn't what was going to define you. So we do have to have those conversations.
You have to have those conversations. Additionally, don't forget, if you are an entrepreneur or you know an entrepreneur and you want to do a 10-minute present your product, let us know. You can drop something in the comments. Yep, we're gonna have a day set up, but we want to have it already. We want to have it already set up. That's so right. let Mickey know in the comments your contact information, or you can even go in the 810 Media the DM or the messenger if you don't want to do it publicly, and we will have you come and you'll do a quick 10 minutes. It don't matter what you're selling, as long as it's legal.
I was gonna say Jameca,
as long as it's legal.
See now, rewind.
As long as it's legal, you can be selling paper clips, hair, clothes, shoes, services. I'm gonna talk about my business, y'all. I got a business too, and I'm gonna give y'all a 10-minute segment on my business. That was what do they call it? A shameless plug. Shameless plug.
That's okay.
Man, we're gonna talk about your business.
We're gonna talk about a lot of things.
So we're gonna talk about a lot of things, but give us the information, because we're gonna have a day. We're gonna have y'all in.
You better come on by. But in the meantime, I think
thank
people need to tune in. They need to go and look at
Erica.
Nothing to Something, because it's a nice clothing line. It's quality.
Quality.
And exactly. This is the beginning. And
Y'all
a
make
lot
sure
more to come.
y'all
Dream
make sure y'all
big.
shop.
Dream
Shop,
big.
shop, shop.
That's right. And let's turn some money and dollars
Over
over
in our community.
communities.
That's right.
And support one another.
That's
And
right.
That's why we're here.
That's right. So thank you, Erica.
I know for coming
Thank
Monday.
you for coming on a
Thank you to
Monday.
everyone listening.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. And thank you guys for tuning
Right.
in to
For
another
this
episode
episode,
of
Black
Black
Money
Money
Matters.
Matters.